Hello there everyone and welcome back to Better Than Wolves. We are back and ready to finally get this system up and running. So first things first, we need the filter in here, because this is going to be directly... Ooh, no, this can't be directly... The water stream has to be one tick higher. So let's just, one piece of planning. This is the filtered one. It has to always be on. Wait, no, items still fall into off hoppers. Never mind. I'm making a false... Hoppers still accept items, they just won't drop items. Okay, so I made some gears. I made some axles off camera, and I hooked them up to... So everything's powered now. So what we need now is a counting system. Now, what we're doing is we are telling rotten arrows, like this one right here, to go one... Come on. Alright, fine. Let me guess, I picked that one up too, didn't I? Alright, let's watch from here then. It goes in there. 1, 2. So 2 cycles for it to pop off the edge there. Okay. So knowing that, here's what we need to do. We need a counter. Alright. So this is the signal inverter. When this one is on, the bellows is active. And we got to count the number of cycles we have seen so far. Every cycle something is going to happen. Or every, I should say, 1, 2, 3, 4 cycles. Alright, every 4 cycles we're going to get a pulse. Now when we get that pulse, what we really need is not that. We need a T flip-flop right here to switch states. And this T flip-flop is going to have 2 states. It's going to have a off state and an on state, which is what makes it a T flip-flop. So off state and on state. And that signal will go into here. Oh, except that it needs to be inverted. Of course it needs to be inverted. Alright, so we go up onto here, and we go invert the signal, then we go one there, and then we go, there's our always on signal, there's block 1, and there's block number 2. And then that will generate either an on signal or an off signal right there. Alright, that's step 1. Now when this inverts, so when this is on, like this, the bellows is on. When this is off, we need the hopper to turn off immediately. I mean, ideally we need the hopper to turn off well in advance of that. Let me think here. I really needed to replace that Matic. Well, we'll just use our Silk Touch one. It's not like Silk Touch is hard to get now. Okay. Let's just think about this logically here for a second. We need to turn off the... We need to turn this off under certain circumstances. Now, if I turn it off on a delay, and then have this on a longer... Okay, what I really need, here's what we need to do. It's always more complicated than I'd like, but precision and care requires a little bit of extra space. So what we need is a signal. Signal number 1 is going to go onto this thing right here. Which is going to be interfered with by that right there, and that's okay. Alright, let's get the... let's not use slabs for the rest of this. We just need to bring it down. So, no matter what happens, immediately the first thing that's going to happen is the hopper gets turned off. So when this gets activated... Does it make it? Yes, I think it did. Okay. Alright, so first part, part 1. System is off. Okay. So part 2 is going to involve this right here and this right here. So do we actually ever have to turn the bellows off? The answer to that is actually no. No, we don't have to turn the bellows off. We don't care what the bellows are doing. Bellows can do whatever they want. They just have to pull. They just have to do what they do best, which is operate. So that makes this a lot simpler. All we have to do now is worry about timing. Because... So then all we have to do is... This immediately turns off. So the hopper's off. The bellows continues. Yeah, the bellows isn't going to hurt anything being on. Yes, that's so much easier. Okay. And then we're going to put on a 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So we're going to do a delay. And then it's going to go into a monostable circuit, which is going to be here and here. Oh, over by 1. Man, it'd be nice if there was just a little bit more space to do this. Well, maybe I can 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then straight up. So why is that? Right, that's going to be on all the time, which is why we need the monostable circuit. So we go 1 right here. Torch there, repeater there. Signal goes around there, signal comes in here, and there's our pulse. And that pulse is going to trigger yeah, I think that's going to do it. Nope, it operated. Okay, let's put a few bones and a few arrows in there. See, all that'll happen is if I have contamination issues and have to tweak this later. Alright, so there go the arrows. I really didn't need to put 4 in there, did I? Oh well. It's not like I need them. Hold on, where'd the bones go? Bones aren't supposed to be moving, are they? those bones disappeared. They disappeared. Did you guys see that? Bones are not supposed to be getting pushed by the... Oh, did they slip through? There's a slab there. Okay, let's just turn that into a full block now. They might have just fallen through the gap. Okay. Because bones are not supposed to be affected by bellows at all, and it doesn't look like they are. I might have accidentally pushed them up. Perfect, okay. So now, that system is up and running. Easy as that. Of course, that, right, no, those aren't in place yet. Okay. So now what do we know? We know that rotten flesh will fall through that. No, will rotten flesh not fall through that? Okay. Okay, rotten flesh will not fall through that, but bones will fall through iron bars, which is what? So this has to be the upstream, and the rotten flesh right there has to be downstream. So and we want the unloader to be as early as possible. So let's see, what would be the best place to put it? Right over here would be ideal, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the water comes falling straight over the edge here into this. We'll put a slab in the middle there. Okay, siding. And apparently whole blocks have to go in the gaps there. Okay. We'll get up there with a torch in just a second. We're actually getting close on this build, although it's still a pretty enormous build, isn't it? Alright, so this should only ever have rotten flesh and... yeah, the only things that should ever be in this channel are rotten flesh and arrows and bones, and the arrows and bones will wind up separated. Alright, so this becomes a whole block, that becomes a half block, half block. This is just insurance against water escape. Now then, this needs to get turned into whole blocks. That goes there, and the last one can just be filled in like that, because the stuff will just go over the edge right there. Okay. So bone meal return is going to be coming in from a different source, although... yeah, bone meal, sugar, and rotten flesh are those things that will be coming back, so I have to do that appropriately. I'll figure that out later. I might just do that manually and figure out how much is actually overflowing first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and overflow. So this is the end of this channel right here. So we need to go up by 1 now. And that's going to go straight into the unloading system because there's absolutely no reason not to. So loading, unloading systems are a 3x3. Where the train gets dumped in, and then a rotating rotating block dispenser picks it up and drops it. Oh, those need to be whole blocks as usual. Alright, there's 2 of those. And 2 right there. And then the rest of this will be slabbed. Block dispenser will be right here. Water will come in right here. Oh, right, of course. It needs to be over by 1. Symmetry is not actually a good thing in these circumstances. Because if I do symmetry, I can't run the water from corner to corner. And we're going to slide it over here so that we have room for other stuff. Because we now have, basically what we're dealing with now is things that are coming in from outside the system anyways, so it's not really a big deal if we use something other than this chunk, because this stuff's coming in from outside the chunk. This is sort of the edge of the system. This is coming up on the part where it doesn't matter so much that it's not going to be 100% in this chunk. So there. Doom, doom. All right. Okay, so block dispenser goes right here. So this is the part where it gets interesting again, because I have to figure out how to fit a rotating turntable in here to operate this thing. And that's going to go right there. Is it? Whoops! Where the heck did those just wind up? Bloody hell. They're in the, one of the dispensers, aren't they? Yep, there they are. Alright, got most of them. Good enough. Okay. There's nothing that I can do. Ooh. Moving it down by 1 gives me a little bit more maneuvering space as far as... No, if I move it down, it takes up more room to connect it up. So let's just do it right on the top. And let's get some power to this. Now, what we had determined was... Because we'd spent some time talking about this with the last time I built it in the end. Okay, which way are we going to take this out? We're going to take it... Which stuff do we actually not need? We don't actually need these 2 blocks right here now. Okay. So if I go this way, and then are we on the right level for one of them? Yes, we are. Okay. This way, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3 there. Okay. 2. Come back. All right. And then 1 there. 3, 4, 5. There we are. All right, here we go. All right, so the turntable is now online. Now, if I set this... How do we want to control this? We have a turntable clock right there. It's set to speed... three. So if I set that to speed 3, that puts it on the same pulse length as this pulse right here. that means if I can bridge, sneak it under here somewhere, I can actually use that pulse, whoops, to operate this system. And of course that was very unhelpful what I just did there, because how the heck am I supposed to get back in there now? Okay, the nice thing is we can put it on the edge of the of that right there. Now let me out. Okay. So if I have played my cards carefully enough here, nope. Nope, we got that's not going to work. Okay. So if I don't want another rotating system in here, I need this signal, I need this pulse right here to come up and over. And do that without creating cross connections somewhere else will be challenging. Not impossible, just challenging. Let's do it with cobble. So if I do this, if these are already up, if I start there, 1, 2, it will not fit underneath the water stream. And that will link over a... I might just have to do this. Could also take it under. What's under here? Nothing I can't do some work on. Okay, I think I can do this. You come here. All right. 1. Only question is, where do we wind up relative? Nope, we're far enough away. All right, that goes there. 4. Oops, and that'll cut off there. 5. All right, there we are. That's what we needed. That's the signal we need right there. Now that will have to go into... Now it triggers every half turn. It's not synced with this, but it doesn't have to be. I just have to put an appropriate delay on so that it is. There we are. 1 block dispenser. Actually, we'll grab all the block dispensers because they can also act as T flip-flops, which we're going to need a T flip-flop here, so we might as well. Okay, we're actually going to need the next access point of our stairwell here. All right. And this is the part where we actually are getting to the... This is it. This is as high as we can actually go, isn't it? All right, I'll get rid of that. Put a full block in right here for the sake of access. So the right tracks come in right here and go straight across to this block dispenser right here. Block dispenser, dumping stuff onto the rails that are going to be right. Ooh. Will the rails cause us grief? Is that why the... We'll make it work. Though I may have to go look at some of the other ones we've done in the past. Okay, that's going to go right there. That's where the powered rail is going to go. Actually, don't even have to do that because the cart can come out and fall. So it can fall down to here, and that can be the powered rail. And it can take the cart out somewhere. Somewhere that card has got to go. So now we need something that'll control the state of that block dispenser. Now, what did we learn about how block dispensers can be powered? That's what I need to figure out. Okay. Now, we can power them directly, obviously. They can also be powered indirectly like this. Let's just put something in it so we can tell what's going on. So it's receiving a signal from there. Now then, the question is, can it receive a signal through a block? So can I power it through this block right here? In other words, if I say, put that right there and go, no. So it cannot receive a signal through a block. But it could receive a signal right there. Let's see how I did the one upstairs. The one in our item receiving system over here. How do I get to that now? I guess I follow the minecart track. This is one of those circumstances where I really don't want to reinvent the wheel if I don't have to. Okay. It's being powered by... Oh! That's how I did it. Okay, it's being powered by the block above it. Picked up and dumped. And these are two synchronized... How is this actually operated? Yeah, it's two synchronized clocks. It's using an RS NOR... Yeah, it's using a memory cell and RS NOR latch, but and an RS NOR latch is probably the safer design to use. Oh crap, it's coming, it's coming, ah! There it is, okay. So, time to re-implement another one of these. Now, it doesn't... Oh, what was it? There was something about making it an RS NOR latch or versus a T flip-flop that actually made a lot of sense. Okay. And the way we're going to test this is with a... just a plain old block. Whoops. Good thing that's not too far down. No, okay, we need to use whole blocks here because I need a torch. Okay. So if this thing works right, it should pick up this piece of dirt. And actually, this is the part where I actually need to be able to see it, because I need to figure out how to get it scheduled right. Okay. So there'll be an on state and an off state. And the on state and off state are basically just inverts of one another. So the on state and the off state. Now I'm quite sure there was something else to this. Okay, now it operates on pulses. Alright, so that cannot go the way I would have liked ideally. 2,